All right, so I wanted to go over a little bit about energy, just to give you guys an idea of what I mean when I'm talking about energy and vibrational frequencies, if you're a little bit unfamiliar with these terms. Um, by understanding what these terms mean, you can actually get a better understanding of how the law of attraction works or how to create your reality. So that's what this is, just to give you a little bit of introduction as to what these terms mean. But before we do that, I want to give you a quick little science lesson here. And don't worry, it's pretty simple. But have you ever heard of Einstein before? Albert Einstein. He's pretty famous, and I'm pretty sure everybody knows who I'm talking about when I mention him. This man maybe not as much, but Nikola Tesla. He's been getting quite a bit of attention lately, actually, in the past 5 or 6 years. But anyways, if you've never heard of any of these men, let me just share that these two men were both very highly intelligent scientists who were literally geniuses. Their IQs, seriously, were just off the charts. And both of these men were actually responsible for the wonderful things that we have today, such as electricity, the light bulb, X-rays, radio, the remote control, and electric motor, stuff like that. And these men were able to create these inventions because they both understood one thing. And that one thing is everything is basically energy. When you break everything down to its core, that's what you find. You find that it is energy. And here's a couple of quotes by both men to give you an idea of what they were experiencing with this idea. This one's by Albert Einstein, and he says, "Concerning matter, we have been all wrong. What we have called matter is energy, whose vibration has been so lowered as to be perceptible to the senses. There is no matter." And basically what he means by that is anything solid or anything that's materialized, a material item, it's basically not even really solid. It's just a energetic, expression. It's just energy, like I said, whose vibration has been so lowered that it has become solid, or it's just perceptible to the senses. And if this one is by Nikola Tesla, and he says, if you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. And so, simply put, everything, and that includes you, your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions, down to the core, are basically energy. And so, I want to go in a little bit more detail now about energy and to give you an idea of what it is. And so, energy is basically what allows everything to do things, including exist. That's actually one of the biggest things that it allows to do, is just to exist. And it is the most basic form that Source, God, the universe, divinity, expresses itself. At the root of everything, what you will find in its basic form is energy. And a really cool thing about energy, actually, is that it can't be destroyed. And so that's what's really amazing about it. The only thing that actually can happen to energy is for it to change its form. So let's say you had a book, okay, and you caught it on fire. Well, most people would think that it is destroyed completely. From most people's definition, yes, it is destroyed. From the normal definition of what destroyed means. But if we take it deeper and we really look at it closely, only thing that's actually happened to it is that it's just changed its form. So if you burn it, most of it turns into a gas or into smoke, and then the rest of it may turn into an ash, which is just a different form, another different physical form. And so that's the cool thing behind that, is nothing ever really is destroyed, it just changes form. And so another cool thing about this is energy is found in everything, because everything is made of it. Everything is energy, and that's why it's found in everything. The very energy found in your body is actually the same kind of energy found in a rock, a tree, the stars. It's just in a different form. And so all energy is the same, okay? And understanding this allows you to take control of your life and actually have everything you've ever desired. So to give you a little bit better idea of this is I want to give you an explanation of what vibrations are, okay? So all energy basically puts off an electromagnetic field, or if you've ever heard something called EMF, this is an electromagnetic field, and this EMF vibrates, okay? This includes everything from planets and the stars to human beings. Even inanimate objects such as rocks vibrate. crystals, or they're one form of rock that are especially recognized at this and have very powerful influencing vibrational energy fields. It's kind of like music. Have you ever heard of people using crystals to help bring in more love into their life or bring in more abundance into their life? This is why. Certain crystals hold certain vibrational energy fields or vibrational frequencies that are a match to these experiences or to abundance or to love. And so that's why people will use crystals as certain ways to influence things. It's kind of like music, how music can influence your state of being. Crystals can also influence your state of being. So these vibrations basically allow energy to create form, all right, and to be interpreted. So what I mean by interpret is to be seen or to be heard, to be felt, stuff like that. So different forms of energy actually give off different types of vibrations, and this is what we will call frequencies. So even the slightest change in something, all right, that changes its vibration. And so to differentiate one vibration from another vibration, we call that a vibrational frequency. That's what we do. That's what we use to differentiate something from another. So even if you had like one less hair than another person, but you were exact clones of each other, if you had one less hair, you have a different completely vibrational frequency than the other person. So all energy basically has the capability of changing its vibrational frequency, and it's actually constantly doing so, and that includes you. So for example, a mean person will have a different vibration from a nice person, and any difference you find in anything actually means it has a different vibration again. And so just remember that is the difference between everything, is vibrational frequency. That's what differentiates everything, even though many things can actually be very similar. And so what I want to do now is show you like how we actually tune into frequencies. Vibrational frequencies are experienced through all of our senses, okay? They can be tuned in and experienced through all of our senses. So simply put, we can see, hear, taste, smell, and feel things because they give off a vibrational frequency. And so that's actually the main purpose of our senses, is to interpret vibrations into a language that we can understand and use to our benefit. So when you watch TV or if you listen to a radio, you're tuned in to a vibrational frequency. It's exactly the same thing as what you were doing when you're thinking a thought, or if you're listening to somebody, or if you're feeling an itch on your skin, if you're tasting the food that you're eating, or if you're smelling a certain fragrance. This is the exact same thing as tuning into a radio station, watching TV. And all of these sensations are triggered because you are interpreting vibrational frequencies that emanate from energy. And so this is what we mean by energy and vibrational frequencies. And so this is just to give you an idea of what these terms mean and how they can actually apply to the law of attraction. Basically, vibrational frequencies are just, another word for it is just what you're feeling, or what your point of attraction is just your vibrational frequency. And so when you hear us use these words, or if you hear any other spiritual teachers or anyone else in like quantum physics or any scientists using vibration or energy, this is basically what they mean by it, is certain frequencies or certain physical expressions. So like if you look at your phone, actually, your phone, this is an interpretation of a certain vibrational frequency. But that's all it is. It really actually is just sound. In a way, it's that's what all sound is vibrations, and it's just slowed down so much that it actually has a physical form, that it can actually be interpreted as solid or as to what it looks like. This is why when you see things that are going really fast, they actually have a higher pitch or a higher vibrational frequency, and when they're going really fast, they actually have a blur to it maybe, and it almost, if it goes so fast, you wouldn't even be able to see it. If you've ever heard of like the speed of light is moving so fast that we actually can't see it. And so that's the idea, is the faster your vibration, the less solid it will seem, and the slower, the more solid it actually will be. And so that's what Einstein actually meant by when he says vibrations are just slowed down. It's not actually matter, it's just slowed down to such a speed that we can actually interpret it with our senses, which means our eyes, our vision, our hearing, our taste, our smell, and our feeling and touch. And so I hope this gives you an idea of just what energy and vibrational frequencies are. It's basically just another word for, energy is everything at its core, so everything that exists at its core, or source, or God, unconditional love. And then vibrational frequencies are just the differentiations between certain forms that energy likes to take. So whether it is an inanimate object, or it's a human being, or it's a sound, it's just a different form that of energy that's being taken. Vibrational frequencies are just different forms of energy.